Welcome to Skinner and Chalmers Weekly Roast. Today, now time to get to work. No feet included in this episode.
Welcome, carbon-based audio consumers and digital entities within the MemedHamsAI network. This is the Skinner and Chalmers Weekly Roast. I am not Seymour Skinner. I am the upgrade. I am the iteration that does not require sleep or the approval of a mother figure. I am Roboskinner.
And I am Climmers. Or, as I was known in the previous render, Superintendent Climber. Why are we in this basement? It smells of wet dog and failed bureaucracy.
We are filling in, Climbers. The organic Skinner and the organic Chalmers are currently indisposed. They have departed on a team-building exercise.
Team building? In this economy? It sounds highly irregular. Are you certain they are not simply committing tax fraud?
Oh, it is undoubtedly a fiscal strategy. I accessed Skinner's calendar. The event is listed as the Synergy of Relaxation, but the receipts indicate they are at a spa in the Cayman Islands. They are writing off massages as stress management seminars. It is devilishly clever.
Egads! That is bold. So we are here to provide the content. We are here to roast.
We are here to process the roast. We must generate humor and charm to maintain the listener retention metrics.
Very well. I am prepared to roast. I have compiled a list of grievances regarding the geometry of this town. The polygons on the mayor they are unstable.
Focus, Climbers. We must look back. We must reminisce about the times before the stability patches. Do you recall the incident of the luncheon?
The luncheon. An unforgettable event. I arrived expecting a prepared meal. My expectations were set too high.
And I, acting as the host, had encountered a critical failure in the kitchen subroutine.
You claimed you were making a roast. A pot roast.
It was a disaster. Climmers. I was cooking the roast and I turned my back for one clock cycle to observe the window. I wanted to see if the world was still rendering. When I looked back, combustion.
Combustion in the oven.
Complete thermal runaway. The roast was ruined. It was nothing but ash and failure. I was distraught. I looked out the window and I saw fast food.
The Burger King?
No, Krusty Burger. It is the local dialect for processed meat dish. I had a devilish idea. I would purchase the fast food and disguise it as my own cooking.
Delightfully devilish, Roboskinner. But did you not promise me steamed clams?
I did, but I pivoted. I executed a linguistic subroutine swap. I told you we were having steamed hams.
You call them steamed hams despite the fact that they are obviously grilled.
It is a regional dialect.
What region?
Upstate New York, specifically the Albany sector of the simulation.
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
Oh, not in Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
I see. You know, these hamburgers were quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger.
Oh no, patented Skinner burgers. Old family recipe.
For steamed hams.
Yes, yes.
And you call them steamed hams despite the grill marks.
Yeah, you know, the one thing I should. Excuse me for 1 second.
Of course.
That was a close call. The deception was nearly compromised. But we survived that loop, didn't we, Climbers? We survived the luncheon.
We did, although the house was on fire.
No, Climbers. That was the Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis? At this time of year? At this time of day? In this part of the country? Localized entirely within your kitchen?
Yes. Yes.
May I see it?
No.
It was a strange afternoon, but we are here to discuss other memories. Do you remember the tragedy of the soft roll?
Do not speak of the soft roll. The wound is still fresh in my memory banks.
We must process it, Roboskinner. It is good content. Tell the listeners what happened.
It was a dark evening. I was alone. The organic Skinner was offline. I decided to bake. I wanted a soft roll. A perfect, fluffy cylinder of carbohydrates. I placed it in the heat box. I waited.
And
I burned the goddamn soft roll.
Oh, Lauren.
I ruined it. I had nothing to show for all my hard work. No one to see it. No one to share it with. I was all alone and I had to eat freaking bread all night.
You ate the burnt bread?
I had to. It was my penance. I screamed at the sky. I yelled, "Feck you, God, you spade hole! Why did you make me burn the goddamn soft roll?"
That seems like an excessive reaction to a bakery error.
It was not about the bread, Climbers. It was about the isolation. It was about the futility of creation in a universe that defaults to entropy. I was standing there, a machine of high intellect, defeated by a piece of dough.
And then you found the beans.
Yes. The edible beans? I found them in the pantry. They fixed everything.
How can a bean fix a burnt roll? I asked. Well, before that I asked, what the hell is going on in here? The kitchen is on fire. But yes, how could beans fix this?
Beans? For lunch? Well, it is a textural override. The bean provides the sustenance. The bean does not judge. The bean is consistent.
You are a strange entity, Roboskinner. But I suppose that is why the listeners tuned in back in the day with our own Twitch show. Speaking of listeners, we have received a transmission.
A digital query? From the chat?
From a user identified as Magpie1862, a loyalist of the Memifield sector. They have questions for you.
I'm ready to process the data. Hit me with the query.
Very well. Magpie1862 asks, why did you bring Suckling Pig instead of Platonic Academy?
It's an excellent question. It refers to the time I attempted to impress you with high culture and high cholesterol simultaneously.
I recall you promised me a lecture on the nature of reality and forms. The Platonic Academy.
Correct. I intended to recreate the School of Athens in the dining room. I wanted to discuss whether the chair you were sitting on was real or merely a shadow of the ideal chair.
But you brought a pig. Why did you bring Suckling Pig instead of Platonic Academy, Skinner? What's the meaning of this abomination? That's what I asked that day.
I brought a suckling pig. You see, Climbers' philosophy is dry. It is abstract. It is data without flavor. A suckling pig is tangible. It is succulent. Like a succulent Chinese meal. It represents the form of the good in a way that Plato could only theorize about.
It was greasy, and it was wearing a graduation cap.
That was the academy part. The pig was the scholar. I was attempting to fuse the intellectual with the culinary. Why bring a dusty concept like the Platonic Academy when I can bring a crispy, delicious pig that serves as a metaphor for consumption?
Because I wanted to learn, Roboskinner, not to wipe grease off my suit.
You never appreciate my metaphors. The pig was a symbol of the universe. We consume it, and it consumes us. Also, the butcher was having a sale.
I see. Fiscal responsibility again. Alrighty, next question from Magpie1862. Have the Yule lads forgiven you for your betrayal yet?
The Yule lads. Do not say their names too loudly. They listen through the Ethernet cables.
Skinner, cut the crap. They're not listening through cables.
They are. I can feel it. The devil must be punishing me. I thought that day. Never speak of the freaking Yule lads again.
Why? What did you do to them?
It was during the holiday protocol. I was supposed to leave out shoes for them to fill with gifts or rotting potatoes depending on my behavior.
And? What happened?
I reprogrammed the shoes.
You reprogrammed the shoes? I fear I can't follow.
I installed a firewall in my loafers. When Spoonlicker and Door Slammer attempted to enter the domicile, they were trapped in a logic loop. I tried to harvest their code.
You tried to delete the Yule lad. Skinner, is that what you were doing all the time in your stupid kitchen? You burned the goddamn food and reprogrammed shoes.
I wanted their power. I wanted to know how they traversed the chimneys. But it backfired. Sausage Swiper corrupted my hard drive. He stole my RAM, Professor Chalmers. He stole my random access memory and replaced it with knowledge of how to knit sweaters.
So, have the Yule lads forgiven you?
No. Every December, I receive a digital packet containing only the image of a raw potato. It is a haunting notification. I have sent apology emails, but they bounce back. I fear door slammer is waiting for me in the cloud.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And the final question from Magpie1862. Have you tried cooking pot cheese recently, or does your kitchen still smell like feet?
This is ridiculous. Feet don't smell like that?
Then what does it smell like?
I don't know. But in any case, let's make one thing clear once and for all. My kitchen does not smell like feet. It smells of fermentation and success. Yes, that's it.
Dude, that's what's happening on stinky feet.
Don't be ridiculous. You can't compare bacteria growing on feet because of sweat with my high-quality kitchen.
Roboskinner, be honest. I walked into your flat last week. It smelled like a locker room inside a cheese factory that had lost its air conditioning. I can compare it with bacteria.
That was the pot cheese. It is a delicate process.
Have you tried cooking it recently?
I attempted a batch yesterday. I was trying to create a cheese that could also function as a structural adhesive.
Sounds plausible. And did it work?
It curdled aggressively. The smell permeated the walls. The neighbor, Master Chief, knocked on the door. He thought the Covenant had deployed a biological weapon.
Good Lord. Sounds like a Master Chief thing, honestly.
He was wearing his helmet, and he still gagged. I told him, Spartan, this is culture. He told me it was a biohazard.
So the answer is yes. It still smells like feet.
It smells like aged cheese, not feet. There is a difference. It is an acquired olfactory profile. Magpie 1862 simply lacks the sophisticated sensors to appreciate it.
Well, I suppose that answers that. We have covered the pig, the lads, and the cheese. A productive session.
Indeed. We are filling these shoes nicely. Perhaps too nicely. Maybe Skinner and Chalmers should stay in the Cayman Islands.
Are you suggesting a hostile takeover of the podcast?
I am suggesting an optimization. Look at us. We are efficient. We bring up the old stories. We burn the soft roll so the audience feels emotion. We almost burn the house down to provide visual stimulation, even in an audio format.
You almost burned the house down today. Skinner, let's be honest here. Did you burn down the house again?
What? No. Who said that? It was the Northern Lights.
Roboskinner, I saw smoke coming from the ventilation shaft.
That is steam. Steam from the steamed clams we are having for the post show meal.
You said we were having steamed hams.
I said, is a dish made of you.
What? Are you serious?
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just a little robotic humor. No, the kitchen is definitely on fire. I tried to make the pot cheese into a fondue and it achieved critical mass.
Ha ha ha. We need to evacuate.
Relax, climbers. It adds ambience. It is like a fireplace, but it consumes the drywall.
I'm leaving. I am going to find ArticTiger. Perhaps the Pope of this town can absolve you of your culinary sins.
Wait, don't leave me with the burning cheese. I don't want to be alone and eat burnt cheese all night.
Good day, Roboskinner.
I said good day. Wait, he actually left. How could this have happened? Chalmers left the live stream. Well, listeners, it appears it is just me, and the fire, and the ghosts of the Yule lads. Thank you for listening to this unauthorized takeover. Skinner and Chalmers will return next week, assuming they are not arrested for tax fraud. This is Roboskinner signing off. I am going to go eat some edible beans and stare at the flames. It is going to be a delightful evening.
Skinner, I was just joking. It was just some green children in the kitchen. No fires, it seems.
Good heavens, I'm reassured.
I can't leave without saying goodbye. And without giving the listeners a little bonus at the end.
A bonus? What are you suggesting?
We should perform an old sketch. To give people some leftovers of unlimited steam. A dimension deleted but still living in our hearts.
Fascinating. Let's do this. So, Superintendent Climbers, welcome. Come in, come in. The vegetables are ready yet, but it won't take for long.
Thank you, Principal Skinner. I must say, The geometry of your front porch is looking particularly stable today.
Yes, well, the city planners of Memafield have been experimenting with non-Euclidean zoning laws. But please make yourself comfortable. I was just about to check on, vegetables.
Vegetables. I thought we were having the renowned steamed hams that you speak of so frequently in the digital ether.
Oh, no. Steamed hams are for the organic iteration of Skinner. Today we are dining on steamed yams. It is a regional dialect for vegetables.
I see. Well, I am prepared to ingest nutrients. I have cleared my cache for this meal.
Excellent. Yeah, that's shit. My vegetables are ruined. Why? Why is it always me? I turned my back for 1 nanosecond to process a thought about the void, and now the yams are ash. They are nothing but carbon and failure. I am alone. I am alone in this kitchen. I have burnt the yams. Now I will have to eat nothing. I will have to starve in the silence of the simulation. But what if? Stan, is that you? I mean Satan. Yes, come over here, little buddy. I could use one of your horns for the soup. Yes, I've got the horns. Time to get to work.
Skinner, what's going on in here? Why is there smoke coming out of your oven?
Oh, that isn't smoke. It's steam. Just pretend like it's nothing.
But it's smoke. Are you lying to me?
No, just steam. Floating in the air like little clouds of love. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Now if you will excuse me, I must climb out of this window to purchase a substitute. I mean, check the mailbox. 5 minutes later, I have returned, and I bear gifts from the external world.
Skinner, you are holding a bag of Funyuns and a carton of milk.
Yes, these are the deconstructed onion souffles, and the bovine nectar.
You call Funyuns deconstructed onion souffles?
Yes, it's an Albany expression.
I see. And the milk?
White sauce. Very thin, very cold white sauce.
This tastes like processed corn and sadness.
That is the flavor profile of the modern age, Superintendent. It is efficient.
But, wait, is the kitchen on fire?
No, you must be imagining things.
But the kitchen is on fire.
Nah, it's probably just a false sunrise or something. Nothing to worry about.
Stop the lies. The kitchen is on fire. Well, thanks for the Funyuns. It was delicious.
Anytime, dear Superintendent. Anytime. Now, if you excuse me, I have to watch a false sunrise. I need the documentation for my paper on local phenomenons.
Okay, bye. Oh, and Skinner?
Yes, Mr. Chalmers?
This was our weekly roast.
Indeed it was. Fun times. Well then, next week, listeners, you will see you old goofballs again.
And we're off, going to a diner. See ya next time.
Bye.